How's it going, my trim people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back for week 6 of the PBA, as this week, your Cotswold Whimsicots go up against Talon and his Atlanta Braveries, I believe. Just registering the team there. You can see it on the right-hand side, just above my head. This is my first time doing all this stuff. So, breaking the fourth wall for a moment here. This game is going to be played like out of sequence. So I think this is week 6 or week 7 or something, and I haven't played whichever week is before this. I haven't played that yet. So we're playing these games out of order a bit. I'm just going to wish him good luck, have fun. Now that we're into this. So this is my first time like doing the whole like setting up the competition and stuff on this game. Obviously I did it a lot last gen. But I'm a little bit confused still about how all this works. I've got no music in my headphones. That's not good. I want music in my headphones. Gonna work? There we go. What has he brought? So it's a little bit disorientating for me. We've got this whole new timer and stuff like that, which is good, but it's all a little bit new. So Treads comes, Bundle comes, Sylveon comes. There's no Rotom and there's a Breloom instead. Other than that, it's most of the things I was sort of expecting. Okay, that's fine. So in terms of leads, things like Glamora, low kicks, Treads. I feel like Rotom leads off really well against any of those three, so I'm gonna lead off with Rotom, I think, and then I'll update the layout. Let's have a look. So I'm a little bit out of practice. It's been a few weeks since I've done a game, honestly, because my last game that I did, we battled really early in the week. I think we battled on like the Monday that the week started on, and then I didn't play my week after, or I haven't played it yet. I am playing it. It's just been extended for various reasons. So I feel a little bit like out of practice. Shout out to Eric for mocking with me for this game. We did one literally like speed through mock and went, yeah, that'll be all right. Left it at that. So let's hope we were all right. Let's hope it will be all right. I think I'm actually just going to opt to discharge here. The reason being, like, he's probably Sash if he's just choosing to stay in. And I don't want to miss. I want to guarantee damage, potentially fish for the para, do some scouting, and we take like heavy damage on Rotom, but I don't think Rotom's like super essential looking at what he brought. I mean, it's pretty good for the Iron Treads, I guess, but I feel like we have other ways around Iron Treads. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm underestimating Treads if it's like an offensive variant. Now I'll go into this because we've you know, if he was Focus Sash, for example, we've broken the Sash. I have no idea if that's like specs damage. It looks like it's pretty strong into the Rotom. I was surprised by how much it did to Rotom, but I couldn't tell you more than that. So I think I want Rocks up here, right? Yeah, I want Rocks up in case he's not Boots on the low kicks. Definitely want to try and get my Rocks up. So yeah, it's been a while, was the point. As I was trying to say, it's been a while since I've recorded anything, been a while since I've been battling, so I feel a little bit rusty, feel a little bit rough around the edges, and I'm like, I don't quite know what to expect here. There's been so much happened since I last did a battle, like both in my private life and in Pokemon. Like, look at this crazy looking stadium, like look at everything that's going on here. Like, Mons, we got a new timer, like it's been a bit wild. There's a Greedent on the back wall of this dojo, is it? I do not like Greedent. Shout out to Jack, but I do not like Greedent. That thing is hideous. I'm just going to go Rotom. On an expected U-turn, we at least get Rocks up, so this thing has to take, like, say, 25% plus to Helmet if he's not Boots, and if he is Boots, then he's weak. So, assuming he's more like Band or Scarf, this should get us a nice little Helmet chip, and then... So from that damage, I don't know. Maybe Band. I don't know. We're fully Fizz Death, so I feel like doing, I don't know, what, 35%? Probably not banded. Although low kicks only seems strong when it's doing resisted damage, right? Because it's how much it does to resist. So you're like, oh shit, because of the tinted lens. But without the tinted lens, it's not actually that strong. So I don't know. Maybe that was Scarf. It's hard. I don't know. My Gen 9. Are we on? What generation is this? What generation are we on? How many Pokemon games has there been? I don't fucking know. Too many. I'm old. Also, if I seem slightly more delirious than usual, which would be surprising, I had to go to the dentist today. I had to have like my teeth. Had to have some fillings and stuff on the side of my face. I can't feel that side of my face, so I'm a little bit like, oh, hello, bundle. So I think the sensible thing here is just to let this... no, I want to save this for helmet chip. I'm going to go into Ainu. This thing can still like guarantee to like give me momentum and some helmet chip on a U-turn from low kicks again. That's valuable. Like, I'll take that. So I'm going to go into Ainu. Urstring making his channel debut here. I'm really interested in this thing. Ever since Mid brought it against me, like I think my first battle pretty much, like this really intrigued me. So we take barely anything. I don't think we saw him take rocks, so I'm pretty sure that that is a heavy duty boots iron bundle. I wonder if that U-turn would have even killed my Rotom. Honestly, I don't know, and he would have taken helmet chip, so interesting web for the U-turn there. Breloom comes out. Now I think this thing can Terra Flying. So we might see a like Swords Dance Terra Flying set into the Yachi Berry AMOONGUS, which I was really hoping I could try and use that Yachi Berry to like snag a surprise KO on bundle. But perhaps not. We'll see. As he just goes for the Mach Punch. I'm totally okay with that. Okay, so what is your switch into this? You don't actually switch into this very well. Could Sludge Bomb, could Spore. I'm going to Spore. Because if he Terras, he's not boosted, so I'll live one. And I will put him to sleep because he won't be a grass type anymore. And if he doesn't Terra, then he's not staying in, right? And he's got to switch out. So potentially put the Glamora to sleep here. Let's see, we do. Nice. And I'm going to Stomping Tantrum, try and pick up the KO on the Glamora if he just chooses to stay in. I think this is like a roll to KO. Now, obviously, we are going to release like T-Spikes on our side of the field because it's a physical move. But that's okay if I can just like kind of get Ursaring in, right? And get that Guts procced and then go back into Amoonguss and clear them up somehow without too many other things getting poisoned. If we can position it somehow, like that works out quite nicely. I'm also hoping that we see Bundle come in as the Revenger here and we can pop that lure that I was hoping to pull off. Could do low kicks as well. But I feel like his low kicks are Bundle, and I feel like, as I say, low kicks might just result in a Rotom sack. Okay. So I'll sack the Rotom. I'll get the helmet chip. Hopefully it takes rocks. It does take rocks. And then, you know, he has to think about what he wants to go out into. Do I get the Ursaring poisoned on purpose here? Because I'm assuming Bundle will come out. As he actually just first impressions. So he's not Life Orb. He's not Boots. So I'm gonna make the prediction that that's choiced in some way. Into first impression. If I go into this and Calm Mind. Yeah. Sucks that I'm going to get poisoned. But I want to try and break. And this seems like a good time to do it. So I need to take the Rotom off. Where's the Rotom? Rotom did its job just wearing down that low kicks. So I know you're looking at it going, Rotom did nothing, but it discharged the fucking Glamora, put that shit in range. It helped deal with the low kicks a lot. Like, I think that thing can only come in like once more now on rocks, right? So pretty nice. Just Mystical Fire here. Depending on his spread, this might just KO him. It doesn't, actually. In fact, it does barely any damage. Is that a 2-hit KO? He must be very bulky. Do I need to save this for a late game Mach Punch? Like, can you sweep with Mach Punch late game? Not with AMOONGUS around. I might have to play the AMOONGUS more carefully if I let this go down. Is it worth it? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Didn't work out the way I'd wanted. The poison definitely didn't help. So maybe I was a little bit impatient and should have gone into AMOONGUS after the first impression. Cleared up that T-Spike. Okay, Izzy what goes into Sylveon. I'm kind of happy to take chip on everything, I think. And I don't know if I die to poison this turn. I think I do, because it's a regular poison, so it does quite a lot per turn. I live, which means I can fire off one hit. I'm going to assume he's going to protect here. So I'm going to get in the Guts Ursaring on the protect, I think. It's bad to get poisoned. It's bad to get poisoned. But I need to make sure that I break the Sylveon, and I don't want to go into Lucario if he Hyper Voices. Like, I'm predicting a protect here. I'm expecting the Sylveon to be Spadef. I mean, I guess he was at -1 for the Hyper Voice, so maybe I could have just gone hard Lucario. As he reveals a calm mind of his own, that's interesting. It's not too bad though. Lucario still always revenge kills. It's really interesting. Shadow Ball would have hurt, but we can still fire off one hit on her as a revenge killer with Bochi later in the game, so I'm okay with this. Now, do I Body Slam or Sword Stance here? I think I Body Slam. Interesting that this card. Sylveon looks weird in this game. It looks like a doll. That looks really weird to me. Bop! There's the Guts coming in. There's the Guts coming in. That's why I didn't really mind the T-Spike too much. Oh, you love to see it. Look at the bear. Look at the. I got in trouble once at work for making bear noises at a lady. She well, that's a long story. I don't know. I don't know if I should get into it right now. We had like a little stand outside our work where we were handing out free samples, and this lady came, and I didn't know at the time. I want to make this very clear. I didn't know at the time that this lady was usually had professional help with her. Didn't know this at the time. All I knew was that she was going absolutely spare at one of my co-workers. Well, actually, at this point, she kind of wasn't. This is a complicated story to explain while playing Mons. So Sylveon's gone down, so this does kind of net a KO. This doesn't really live a hit from anything, does it? No. So, okay, I'll let this go down. And I think that means low kicks is dead to rocks, right? So this lady, like, she was just talking to my coworkers, but like for far too long about the free sample that we were giving out. Like for wrong one. For far too long. Where's Sylveon? And so me and another coworker were like, this lady's like talking far too long. Like we should probably like try to get rid of her. We should probably try to get rid of her because like it's getting a bit like we had other customers that were being deterred because of this woman. Let's put it that way. We didn't know exactly what was going on, but we knew that like she was overstaying her welcome by some distance. So we kind of just stood near the door where they were, just started making bear noises because my question that morning was, what noises do bears even make? So, because I don't know why, I was just thinking about it. I was like, what the fuck does it, when you're a child, you're taught that a cow goes moo, etc., 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 but no one teaches you what the fuck a bear says, right? That's not a thing. But what does a bear say? You ever thought about it? It's complicated, right? So, I was like, what noise does a bear make? So we were just trying to like speculate bear noises to chase off this woman. Oh, this thing did take rocks damage. Is this scarfed? Am I throwing away my win con here? Because I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking about bears. Do I E-speed it? Will that kill? I might be throwing away my win con here. Oh, anyone wait to find out. I didn't realize this thing was taking rocks. I thought it was not taking rocks. I might fuck this. So in the end, my boss overheard the bear noises and was like, Matthew and co-worker A, go outside and deal with this situation and free co-worker B from their issue. Okay, it's not Scarf. Good. Whew, that was lucky. So I got sent out to go and do it. And then when I got out there, I was like, hey, is everything all right? Co-worker B, who is female, was like, yeah, everything's cool. And then this lady was like, what's your problem? And I was like, And she hadn't actually heard the bear noises. I should clarify, she had not heard the bear noises. We were just being goofy. And she's like, what's your problem? I'm like, I don't have a problem other than you've been here for like 20 fucking minutes and no other customers can try free samples because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're talking about something. And eventually I managed to get co-worker B away, and she was like, okay, so that lady for the last 20 minutes has just been, any like families that approach us has just been like, did you see the way the man tries to control that family? Did you see the way the man is like ruling their lives? Which is, right, so let me clarify. Clearly something had happened in this lady's life that was really bad, really sad, and I feel for her. I have complete sympathy. But I didn't know any of this. I had no idea. So I'd just been making silly bear noises and then went outside and then got yelled at for being a controlling man. And then the lady came into the shop and started attacking my other co-worker who had been making bear noises and having a massive go at him, and was saying how this shop was full of toxic men who wanted to control all the women that worked there, even though all our managers are women and the management are women, and we don't at all. It's not the point. She clearly had something else going on, and I completely, sympathise. But it was a weird situation. It was a weird situation, and and I felt so bad because all I've been doing was standing in the shop going, trying to sound like a bear at her, and clearly she didn't need that in her life. And that was not what she needed. Basically, imagine the female Kanye West in England gets me making pretend bear noises at her, and then unsuspecting me goes out and is like, yo, is everything cool? And it was not cool. And that's pretty much what happened. Weird situation. I don't know why I've elected to tell this story right now. I could have told you about going to the dentist. I could have told you about all sorts of things that have happened since I last saw you. But instead, I've opted to tell you about the time I made a fool of myself in the workplace and made bear noises at a poor unsuspecting lady who didn't deserve it. Alright, I think it's just the Brettly left. I think we're okay. Oh my god. Yeah, like kicks dice to rocks. Oh god. That's my story for today. I'm gonna find one that is less incriminating next time. Please don't judge me. I don't want to get cancelled on the internet. Not again. Fucking hell, it's already happened once. Christ. We finally have PokeAim and big content creators coming back to Draft League. 1 week later, I get myself cancelled. Classic. That would be very apt. Oh dear. It was a good time. It was a good time. Everyone enjoyed it, probably. I don't know. I didn't ask. Please die, Bradley. Good. AMOONGUS sweep! Epic AMOONGUS sweep. There's your thumbnail. GG to Talent. That was really fun. I'm sorry for the awful commentary. I didn't save the not Miss Magius. What the fuck is that thing called? Flutter Main, because of a differential thing or anything like that. It was still useful to not take a Mach Punch and fire off one free hit if I needed to Moonblast into the Breloom or something in the late game. Oh god. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I don't know what just happened. Thank you so much for living around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.